important are volunteers to you? Do you volunteer? How can you, as county judge, better support volunteer-based organizations such as the Chamber of Commerce, Family Wellness Center, the Lions Club, JCs, and others?
First of all, I think our volunteers are vital in our community. See what they've done out here tonight, see what they do, watermelon festival, see what they do at their fairs. Everything they do is so commendable. And I want to commend my opponent. Does an excellent job of volunteer work. I have nothing but praise for my opponent for volunteer work that he's done in the past. Now, another part of that question was, do I volunteer? Right? Yes. That's present day. Do I volunteer? Yes. It's hard to say, not as much as I should. Wish I had done more in present day volunteering than I have done lately. I'd like to say years ago when Liz and I came back here, I was involved with our youth. I coached Little League basketball, 6th grade basketball, boys and girls, 14 years. Freshman basketball for 1 year, assistant varsity basketball for 1 year. And I attended about every community event there is to attend and supported it financially. My boys that I raised and are gone now, like an example of how important that is, will go to the fair every year, and they'd rather be at this fair out here than the state fair in Louisville. That's how much I like it. But, yeah, volunteers are critically important. And the other part of that question is how I intend to volunteer, or what can I do? What can I do for our community organization that's volunteer? This morning I was asked county judge executive, should I be county judge executive? Is that right? Yes. Okay. I'd be more than happy to sit in on represent any of those organizations anytime that I possibly can, in any capacity that I can do it. Okay? The Wellness Center, Family Wellness Center is my pet peeve, but Family Wellness Center, I'd be glad to do anything I possibly can in the way of free work, anything else. At one time, I was a water safety instructor. I don't know if I can swim well enough now to get a license back for a lifeguard, but I'd be glad to volunteer my time in that respect. I'd be glad to do anything because it offers so many opportunities for our youth and our entire community. It offers opportunities for wellness, for one thing, for all our counties. Now, well, I know how important that is to make our county, keep our county well. Anything I can do in that respect, I want to do it and be more than glad to. Thank you about that.
That sounds good. Thank you. I agree that volunteerism is really important to the growth and development of the community. And I do a lot of volunteer work in the community, but I've never coached a ball team. And I don't want to, because I know what a chore that is. And I commend you for doing that, because that's a lot harder than some of the things that I've done. But I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, on the Economic Development Center Board. I work with the Tourism Commission. I volunteer some with the Relay for Life. I'm a big member of the Cattlemen Association, and we're cooking steaks tomorrow at the Walmart to benefit the Wellness Center. If you're passing by, stop and get one. But volunteerism is very important to the community. And when you look at communities that have struggled in the past and have turned themselves around, it usually doesn't start with the politicians. It usually starts out in the community with volunteers. And when you look at that, and I want to touch on what Tommy said, when you reach a point in your life where what you say, what do I do? I'm not as young as I once was. I don't have the time that I once had. I just can't get out and go like I once did. So but I want to give back to my community. What do I do? I propose a plan that we develop a community foundation, community development foundation. And we set it up to be a 501c3, so it'll be a tax-deductible organization. So when you reach that later stage in life and you can't get out and go and volunteer and work all night at some of these functions, at Project Prom, you can't stay out that late, but you can give financially instead of your time. So we allow these people where they can give financially to one place, and we use that money in the community to grow our community and grow hard products, brick and mortar type products, and you know, build parks, build ball courts, whatever it may be, whatever we need at the moment. But we use that, and corporations can give that, and we make it a tax deductible. It's also feasible for people who are in the later stages of life or looking at estate planning. Maybe you could give to your community when you was younger and you was working, but now you've got an estate and you say, I want to leave part of this, to the community, and so you can do that, and we all are worried about the estate tax coming back, and that could be a great tool for a lot of people who could donate a little money and get them back underneath that threshold, that estate tax, and save them money and benefit the community too. And I think that's one way that we can work to include people who like to volunteer their time and others who don't have the time but maybe have the financial means. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, first question. What is the plan for economic development for Monroe County?
Basically, I can do to help economic development in this county is go back to jobs addressed. If we don't have jobs, revenue, tax base here, we're not going to be able to do a whole lot. I said from the start of my campaign, if I go back to jobs aggressively, I have changed that in any shape, way, form, or fashion. The other part of the economic development plan that we can do is make sure that our budget stays under control. We have to control the budget in our county to be able to survive. We're going to have financial challenges, both of us. We can't let those financial challenges turn into financial crisis. And it's going to take some very hard decisions for the fiscal court and county judge executive to make sure that that doesn't happen. So our economic development depends on jobs, looking for them aggressively, bringing industries in here, and that's what I intend to do. I intend to talk to all of them, call all of them, personally contact all of them that I can. And they're jobs that are out there. They're jobs that I'm familiar with in the industry that have just come to the last of 500 of them, I think, 401 week, 100 in another week. So, somebody had to contact those people to get it. If we had that revenue base, if we had the taxes that would generate, then we would have an economic development plan here, set it up. So that's to keep our budget in line, and get jobs here is critical for economic development.
Thank you.
I understand the budget situation that we're going to be facing in the county in the next few years. The Justice Center opens and the court system moves over there. The county's going to lose around $70-some thousand in rental income. And that rental income for years has helped offset the operating expenses of the courthouse. So we don't have a lot of extra cash we're going to be laying around to burn on hiring economic developers and hiring this and spending it here and there. I propose an economic development plan that doesn't cost us any money. I have several plans. One was a land acquisition plan, and that's where when companies come in here and they're looking for land, they're looking for a place to build a factory, the county provides them that land up front, and they get a gradual ownership in that land. If it's a 10-year deal or a 20-year deal. If it's a 10-year deal, they would gain 10% equity in that land over a period of 10 years. After that, they meet all their requirements. They get the land and it's theirs. The second plan I have is we have several industries in this county that reach outside the state far and wide. What we do is we take those industries and we give them economic incentive using their occupational tax to bring in their customers. They've got customers and suppliers that stretch out all across the country. So what we do, we give those businesses, say Stevens Manufacturing, an incentive to bring his suppliers and his customers to Monroe County. Because when you have those type of business relationships, you understand what's going on with your customers, you understand what's going on with your suppliers, you talk, you generally, everything is built on relationships, so you know what's going on in that plant. So when your customer or your supplier is saying, we're thinking about relocating or building a distribution center, you know, that company locally says, hey, come look at Monroe County and see what we have to offer. If they can help deliver those people in Monroe County, we give them a financial incentive. The second part of that plan, or the third part, is a downtown revitalization plan. And we're speaking of Congressville tonight because that's where we are, but the same plan can be carbon copied, you can mail or fountain run. We've got a lot of empty buildings along Main Street. All three cities, they've got empty buildings. What we do is we give those building owners, independent building owners, a financial incentive by lowering or erasing their property tax for a year, 4 years. In that meantime, we use, you flipped the card.
Sorry.
The building owners get the benefit of the property tax. Prospective business owners who like to move into those buildings, they have to provide a plan, a written business plan, and they get to move into those stores at a reduced rent. Now, the building owner gets an incentive, the business owner gets an incentive, and the county. Thank you.